That's a hot tamale. Whew.
Ugh. This is KingCobraJFS. I'm not going to go in depth on Cobes right now, I'll save that for a video for later, but I wanted to touch on what I think is the worst time to be an onlooker for Cobra. Yes, worse than Greasegate, and worse than Couch Chris. I guess you can call this current saga the Pay Pig saga. For those of you who aren't aware, a pay pig is a fetish name given to those who consented to financial domination and willingly give their money away to a mistress. However, in this case it isn't for fetishistic pleasure, at least I'd hope not. It's more to aid and slightly antagonize our boggy boy.
You happy? You got what you wanted!
This light teasing, however, has formed into something that has harmed the entire Cobraverse. It has put Josh in a mindset where he's expecting money whenever he streams. Granted, Cobes has always been delusional and believed that sitting his dumpy ass in that bug-ridden chair and talking about women and cuties for hours at a time would easily net him profit, but now he's become extra sleazy about it. As Cobes continues down this downward spiral, his pay pigs always have his back. When Josh goes into the negative again by door-dashing $40 Wendy's orders, the pigs donate it back to him, causing him to slip back into the negative for another cycle ad nauseum. This has negatively affected the Cobraverse because Josh has learned that he can do even less and make more. Another YouTube channel, Bite Size Cobra Vids, has been tallying the amounts donated to Cobra each month. And while these numbers are definitely low, it's enough for him to pay rent and continue his egregious spending habits. It seems as though every time we see Josh go live, it's, "I'm X amount in the negative, dude. PayPal or Cash App. Fuck the trolls and sickos."
I am $322 and some odd cents in the negative. It is what it is. That's why I said if the fans donate $400 on stream, I will do a beer stream later on tonight with slow mode off.
Then by the end of said stream, he's either completely out of his negative or has made a sizable dent in the debt, thanks to troll donations and pay pigs. However, a new development has sprung some life into the Cobraverse that may unfortunately make it one of the last: his mead making. Josh has begun making his own liquor using juices, honey, yeast, and anything else he can get his disgusting mitts on. These attempts have ultimately failed through numerous ways. Most notably, Josh's complete refusal to give them enough time to ferment into alcohol. Ignoring the fact that even if he did wait, his concoctions wouldn't be strong enough to get him drunk, the amount of danger he's putting himself in isn't worth it. According to some modest googling, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for these drinks to turn into alcohol in the best conditions. In our current boggling conditions, they never stand a chance. Josh simply cannot help himself when it comes to fucking with his homemade meads and wines. And while it's funny to see him blabber on about how he's gonna wait till the 30th for my sick mead, dude, then have it all gone by the 20th, constantly drinking these rotten juices has a serious side effect that everyone's been talking about: botulism. According to the CDC, botulism is described as a serious illness caused by a toxin that attacks the body's nerves. While the disease is rare, it can become fatal if untreated, which leads to why it becomes worrying in the case of Cobes. For your average person, you'll probably feel the symptoms coming and realize that something isn't right. But for Josh, it would be nearly impossible to tell the difference between his normal and him being infected with botulism. I'm going to list out some of the symptoms for botulism and see if they match with Cobra. Difficulty swallowing. It's hard to tell, but he does constantly vomit. Muscle weakness. Also hard to tell, but over the years his body has become slimmer due to inactivity. Drooling eyelids. Check. Blurry vision. Hard to tell due to previous eyesight issues and autism, but he is very clumsy. Slurred speech. A definite check, but could come from constant drinking. Difficulty breathing. Probably not, but he is a smoker, so it's hard to tell with that. Difficulty moving his eyes. Check, but it's hard to tell due to the lazy eye and his autism. While many of these symptoms are not hardline evidence that he has botulism, the fact that he already has these issues would make it very difficult for your average person to see that he is sick. Not to mention his constant drinking and consumption of fast food and gnarly food hacks, alongside inedible items like cat food, make him a breeding ground for these meads to get him sick. I noticed there's a lot of speculation that goes around the beginning of each year that something big will happen to Cobes health-wise, be it teeth rotting out of his skull or, God forbid, serious brain damage due to Duster. But our goth bad boy keeps on trucking each time. But with all his current problems, pay pigs making it easy for him and constantly rolling the dice with botulism, I can't say it'd be all sunshine and rainbows for our dark wizard. Ultimately, it's hard to say what Cobes' future will be. My best guess would be continuing to make his shitty drinks, lazily stream, milk the pay pigs, and get blackout drunk over and over again while pissing his money away on DoorDash. But eventually we'll catch up to him. He's over 30 with no real prospects other than being just another lolcow on the internet. His health can't be good seeing his diet and daily routines, and it can only get worse unless he makes a change. Which he won't, because that's not what's up, Tubes.
Whoa! Fucking Asperger's.